Hi, this is Elisa with 60 Days to 60. I am about to turn 60 and I'm sharing 60 of my top lessons during these 60 days. And mostly I'm pushing myself way out of my comfort zone. So come along on the journey with me and maybe you can do something alongside me that you're not comfortable with and then we can be awkward together. It'll be fun. It'll be awesome. Okay, so today I want to talk about, do affirmations work? And the answer is yes and no. And I'm going to explain, and I'm going to have to use some math to get there. So I know most people don't like math like I do. So hang with me. It's just a short illustration. You can do this. Okay. So we always think of success as kind of a linear equation. Like if I do A plus B plus C, then I will get D result. And we get really frustrated when that doesn't happen. And the truth is that life is a fraction. And think back when your math teacher said, you're always going to use fractions. And you're like, oh, no, I'm not. Yeah, well, life is a fraction. So I'm going to have you think like fractions. So let's say on the top part of that fraction, you have your positive spiritual times positive emotional times positive mental times positive physical. And on the bottom, you have the negative spiritual times the negative emotional times the negative mental times the negative physical. So we're going to use very exaggerated numbers. In truth, even the negative people are going to get a little bit of positive, and even the really positive people are going to have a negative creep in. So I want you to just kind of not get too hung up on the exaggeration of the numbers. We're exaggerating them to show a point. Okay. So let's say on the positive side, you have like one positive thing you can think of for spiritual, one for emotional, one for mental, one for physical. That would be 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. Let's say on the bottom, on the negative, you have so many negative beliefs about you spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And so we're going to assign that the number 10. So we're going to say 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000. 1 over 1,000 is like 0.001. It is like practically zero for all intents and purposes. And you're not going to see success with those affirmations or in those areas of your life. Now we're going to go back and we're going to do it the other way. Let's say we're positive 10 spiritual, 10 emotional, 10 mental, 10 physical. So we have that 1,000 number on the top, and then on the bottom we have the 1. Now we have that equals 1,000, which is a big number, which is really going to help us be successful. So let me show you in real life how that happens. Say you say, oh, I am strong, I am healthy, I'm my ideal weight. And then you go to get dressed and you go through 3 different outfits because you think they all make you look fat. And one makes you feel fat, one makes you look fat, one doesn't match, one isn't clean. You have all these negative thoughts about getting ready. And then you go to do your makeup and you think, oh, these wrinkles. That's what happens when you get to be my age. But for you, it might be something else. Maybe you don't like the color of your eyes. Maybe you don't like the shape of your nose. Maybe whatever it is. And the negative way outweighs the top. And so you're thinking, I'm trying all these affirmations and they're not working. They're just not enough. And so we're going to talk a little bit over the next 4 videos. I'm going to break down the spiritual, the emotional, the mental, and the physical so you can maybe understand each one a little better. I love this quote, and this comes from the book Powerful Engagement by Jim Lohr and Tony Schwartz. To be fully engaged, we must be physically energized, emotionally connected, mentally focused, and spiritually aligned with a purpose beyond our immediate self-interest. So I like to think of this as like the 4 tires on a car. If you have a flat tire, you're not going to go as fast or get as far. You might be able to drive for a little ways on a flat tire, but you're just not really going to get where you want to go. And so when we're looking at You might have 3 of these areas, you might be killing it. And then you might have one area where you really struggle. And I mean, like I'll tell you, for me, it's the physical. I feel like, oh my goodness, why can't I make myself eat the way I want to eat and exercise the way I want to exercise? But you might have whatever one of these areas, you might have 2 flat tires, you might have 4 flat tires. It's okay. It's okay. Because we're going to break down each one and work on those. So I will catch you in the next video. Have a great day.